Thomas and the new engine. The engines on the island of Sodor keep very busy. There are always lots of jobs to do. One morning, the Fat Controller came to Titmuth's sheds.
A new engine has arrived on the island,
he announced.
His name is Neville. You must all make him feel welcome. A happy engine is a useful engine.
Later, Thomas was stopped at a signal. The signalman called out to Thomas. The bridge ahead is unsafe. Thomas, you are to collect a piece of ironwork so the bridge can be repaired. Yes, sir, huffed Thomas. At the yards, Harry and Bert were with Neville, a new engine. Neville was a steamer, but he had a square body like a diesel. Neville was backing up towards some trucks.
Nearly there,
said Harry cheekily.
Nearly there,
said Bert naughtily. Then there was trouble.
Watch where you're going, clumsy wheels,
Harry and Bert laughed.
Have you heard about the new engine?
Snorted James, and he started to tell Edward all about Neville. Later, Edward was taking on water. He was talking to Percy. That new steamy Neville is best friends with the diesels, Edward puffed. He doesn't want to be with steamies at all.
How do you know?
Peeped Percy. James told me and Thomas told him, whistled Edward. Then later, Percy met Emily at a red signal.
Don't go near Neville, the new engine, he told them. The diesels have told them to biff it to steamies. Edward told me, James told Edward, and they all heard it from Thomas.
When Thomas arrived at Abbey Station, the Fat Controller was there.
Thomas?
Then Toby arrived. Have you heard about Neville, the new engine? He puffed. Henry saw Harry and Bert be horrible to him at the yards. Emily was shocked. Thomas couldn't believe it. Neville wasn't friends with the diesels after all. Where was Neville going? Emily tooted. Cinders and ashes, cried Thomas. Neville's heading for the broken bridge. I must stop him. Neville was speeding through the countryside as fast as he could. Suddenly, Neville saw a barrier on the track. He slammed on his brakes. But it was too late. Neville was in terrible trouble. He was on the broken end of the bridge. Thomas knew it was all his fault. Suddenly he had an idea. Thomas steamed slowly and carefully onto the bridge. He gently bumped Clarabelle and was coupled up. Thomas was very scared. Slowly and steadily he began to pull Neville back from the edge. The bridge made a creaking noise. Thomas knew he must hurry. He pulled as hard as he could, and with one big puff, he pulled Neville's wheels off the bridge. Thomas had done it. He had saved Neville and Annie and Clarabelle. Thank you, whistled Neville. I should have warned you, puffed Thomas, but I was too busy believing silly stories. I thought you didn't like steamies, but now I know I was wrong. Thomas gave Neville a long, friendly toot. Neville was very happy. At last he knew he had a good friend in Thomas.